All right, guys, only because I want this to be as authentic as possible. And I want you guys to see that Reuben is so involved here with the process. First of all, we're at Reliable Marine down here in South Florida, guys. So we're gonna talk to Reuben, and is this gonna get repowered? Hold on a second, let's see what's going on. Okay, guys, so you guys know that I film at Black Point Marina. All right, okay, it looks like it's coming in for service. This boat, I think originally wasn't like this. I think they made this extended bracket after the fact. I don't know, comment below. All right, well, the reason why we're here, guys, we're gonna walk with Reuben and Reliable, and we're gonna talk about repowering. They are probably the biggest Suzuki dealer out here in South Florida. Hey, Reuben, you know, we don't do anything scripted on my channel, so we're beginning this. Wait for it. Tranquilo, go. I just actually walked through them, guys. All right, so listen, you're never gonna stop, and we want to do this video.
Yeah.
Where are we right now? Reliable.
We're Reliable, yeah.
Okay, what's your full name so they know?
Reuben Rhodes.
Okay, I want to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Finish up. What else you got to do? You got to move this boat.
I'm just gonna put this boat inside. Yeah.
So your whole team is doing all the other stuff, and you're still involved too.
I'm always involved. Right now, I got limited mechanics here because we have mechanics working out on the road today.
Okay, so and that's another thing. I've seen you guys doing a lot of sea trials at Black Point where I film the chit show.
Yes.
All the time. So you guys do sea trials for when you...
Of course, we do an average of 10 to 15 repowers a week. So we go every Thursday and sea trial all the repowers all at once.
All right, let's see if you go ahead and hit the door here and wait for it, guys.
Yeah.
Not for much to wait for it. All right. So listen, we're gonna get this video started now. We'll let Reuben do his job, and then we're gonna walk and talk and show you guys why these guys are the biggest. Uh-oh, look who's here. Oh, I gotta talk to you. Te tengo que hablar después.
Dime.
Okay.
Ahorita vamos a estar hablando.
Okay, guys, real popular YouTuber in Spanish. We're gonna talk to him in Spanish at the end of the video. ¿Tú crees que la va a cagar ahí, Rubén? Nah, wait for it. Never?
Él es bueno en dos cosas, poniendo Suzuki y manejando Forley.
Sí.
Se pone los fines de semana a manejar Forley eso.
All right, guys. Hey.
Es bueno, nadie lo indica. Nadie le dice para dónde tiene que ir y él mete el bote. Lo que hay que decirle es cuando ya al final.
Ok, ahora vamos a empezar este video. ¿Por qué tú recomiendas Suzuki?
¿Por qué recomiendo Suzuki?
Sí.
Fiable, bellos, verdad, los diseños últimamente que están viniendo son encantadores, fiables, bellos, baratos, una garantía excelente. Y además no lo digo yo, ¿por qué recomiendo Suzuki? Es muy sencillo, señores. Usted vaya al agua y va a ver que hoy por hoy...
He wasn't lying, dude. No, dale, sigue. Dale.
¿Por qué recomiendo Suzuki? Muy sencillo, señores. Usted vaya al agua y mire a ver qué es la mayoría de los motores que están poniendo la gente hoy por hoy.
Yes.
Suzuki al 70%, eso no lo digo yo, lo dicen las estadísticas. Y si tanta gente lo está haciendo, no puede haber tanta gente equivocada.
Okay, guys.
Ahora vaya a los talleres, hoy por hoy, y mire a ver qué es lo que se está rompiendo. Donde usted vaya a un taller de reparación de barcos, o sea, de motores, lo menos que va a ver es Suzuki. No tiene correa, todas las cadenas están bajo aceite. Son simples, sencillos, no solo comprarlos, están en existencia, sino que también el aceite, las partes, las piezas, todo está disponible. Yo no sé en otro lado, pero aquí en Repower Marine están ahí esperando por ti.
Bueno, dale, I'm gonna walk with him, guys. I'll translate that in Spanish, from Spanish to English. Alamar, check him out. He's a buddy of mine. He will be on the cruise that Reliable is sponsoring, by the way. So let's no, ya se me perdió. He that's it, guys. He lost him again. I'm gonna have to wait around for Reuben. He's just so busy, dude. I don't think he doesn't want to be on camera. I just think he's a driven individual. Hold on a second. I already know how this is gonna work. Get this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Do whatever you gotta do. Continue. Yo,
so everybody comes here, and they think I'm the official forklift driver of Reliable Marine. People don't believe that I'm the owner. They come here looking for me. Hey, can we find where can we find Reuben? Because I'm out here washing boats. I'm out here driving the forklift.
Wait, listen. Leadership is all about examples, right?
Example.
So you're a huge example for your team, right? And it drives people to do a good job.
I'm out here working side by side with them, man.
And let me tell you something. There's nothing more inspiring than that, than watching the person who's leading a whole group of people to excellence, right? So, and I'm glad I got to show them this.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have your executive side? Guy,
no, definitely.
Because I want to talk about these Suzukis and how the people are going to repower, because this is going to be a repower video.
Okay,
we got a lot to talk about, dude. Since COVID to now, from what I've seen, I mean, I would say 80%, 70% of the boats that I see on the water out of Black Point have Suzukis.
Yeah, we've been taking over the market little by little.
But I mean, Suzuki has really eaten up a lot of market share down here in Florida.
On the repower side, yes.
Oh yeah, huge. Okay, so let's start from. Somebody has an idea of buying a Suzuki and a repower. They go to Miami Boat Show, they see you guys there. What's the procedure and the process like? First things first, you have an inventory, which is a lot.
Everything in stock. We average, we have between 150 to 200 motors in stock at all times.
Okay, and that's one of the main reasons why Suzuki took over too.
And
because they had actual motors when everybody wanted motors.
When everybody
during COVID.
didn't have motors, we had motors. Exactly.
Yeah.
Through even before COVID, with Yamaha being back ordered, Mercury being back ordered, Suzuki had motors.
Okay, so let's come in here. Let's say you just brought this big boat in, right? Go ahead, I'll follow you in. So you just brought this in. Is this a service call, a repower? What's going to happen
So this
here?
side of the warehouse is all service.
Okay.
So this just came in now for a 100-hour service.
Okay.
So the guys are already gearing up to drain the oil and go through the motor.
All right, so 100 service hours. Actually, you know, you guys got one of the biggest YouTubers down here in Florida, Fishman Joe.
Yeah.
He's been rocking his brand new Suzuki everywhere. So Joe had gotten his Suzuki from you guys, which I think is a 150.
150, yes.
And you know, a lot of my friends that actually they see on the channel, Captain Abel, which is basically a lobster guy. And
Correct.
So he's got twin Suzukis on his boat.
And also he has a single 250 on one of his boats that we provided for him.
So monster. I mean, and it's a workhorse. So we got from what to what, right? You 30s,
right now,
20s. How big, how small? What do we got?
So this whole section where you see it's missing a big gap there.
Okay.
The motors are already in route. I pulled those out this week.
Okay.
So as I pull out the motors, I'm already reordering for restock.
Okay.
So we've consumed. So up to about where you see these old engines here, up to that hose, those are 300 horsepower. Then over here you have mechanical, 2 lines of mechanical 250s. Then all this from this line all the way there would be 200 fly-by-wires.
Okay, so let's talk about fly-by-wire mechanical, because that's a decision somebody's going to have to make.
Sure.
What's the difference, so someone knows? And
so
we can talk price point and what it does.
So fly-by-wires, electronic shift and throttle. Mechanical still is driven by a cable. On single engine application, because of the price point, we typically go mechanical. Twins, triples, quads, we do fly-by-wire.
Okay. Is there a big price point difference on either or? If somebody wants,
there's a big price point. Like on a 150, 200, 250, you know, it's about $2,000. So on a single engine, it does make a big difference. See?
Okay, and it's a whole different feel compared to how mechanical feels.
Yeah, but on a single engine, it's not that bad. You know, it's still manageable on a single engine. On twins, I would not recommend to go mechanical. At all. Yeah. Customers come here all the time wanting mechanical because they're scared. They're coming from a carbureted engine, and they let the fly-by-wire scare them. And what I explained to them, the whole motor's electrical. Everything's electronic. So you can't be scared of the fly-by-wire because the whole motor's...
Fly-by-wire starts at what horsepower?
115 and up.
115. So 115 you can have fly-by-wire.
115 and up, and 300 and up is only fly-by-wire.
Okay, let's talk about dual prop, because that's been a big thing a lot of people are talking about as of lately, and I know that you guys at Suzuki, because you're obviously one of their dealers down here in South Florida.
Correct.
They have a new color that came out.
The matte black, which is stealth.
Yeah, so that's the stealth mode, which is badass. It looks cool. It was awesome to see that at the show. Dual prop. So what applications are you seeing people use dual prop Suzukis, and why and what?
So on the bigger boats, I would say 32 footers and up, moves more water, gives you more stern lift, better grip. We're doing a lot of inboard to outboard conversions, which we're also using the dual props. The 300Bs and the 350. So the 300 comes two ways. It comes a regular 300 4-liter, or you can get the 4.4 liter 300B, which is a dual prop. Yeah?
All right, so let's get out of service real quick. I want them to see a little bit more here of what you guys got going on, because it seems like you got every single bay here in this area. And actually, a lot of my buddies that actually have helped me in this area do either upholstery. This whole little section is full of boat manufacturers and high-end stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are we going into now?
So this is one of the Repower stations. As you can see, there's inventory everywhere.
Yeah.
I got to stack it up against the walls and the backs because real estate is crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
We're super tight on space. The used motors, we try to move them out of here as fast as possible.
So right now, let's talk about the used motor too, right?
So I personally don't sell the used motors out of here. We have a wholesaler that buys them and resells them.
Okay.
We don't really get into the used motors because
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of liability. A lot of things can happen, and our business is selling new engines.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and show them a couple more. So this is
in this bay, two guys work. They just finished this Pursuit with twin 300s.
All right, so let me ask you a couple things. Say somebody's coming in, they're coming in with a boat that you guys are repowering. You see, hey, listen, there's a couple of things that maybe I would do prior to, maybe you see some dry rot or something like that. What happens in that case? Because you guys can't be liable for what a customer does, right?
Correct. So we'll do an inspection of the boat. It's been as bad as people bringing boats here without any electric in them,
Yeah.
So, we tell them, hey, listen, I will not let the boat leave without the bilge pump working. So
yeah,
at least in the sea trial, we'll wire in the bilge pump for the customer. So at least that's working, and we'll note on his invoice he needs to fix his electrical. Yeah. If he doesn't want us to do it. Yeah.
Awesome.
And we give him the option. Yeah?
Okay, so there's obviously Suzuki's known for being a reliable engine. That's why it's used in a lot of commercial applications. What's the warranty looking like right now on Suzuki 2024?
So since the middle of 21 to 2022, they've switched it over to a 5-year factory warranty, and it's maintained that ever since.
So you have 5 years.
5-year factory warranty. So
everything from point to point?
It does have some things that decline.
Okay.
Like the paint, there's certain things, but the major components are all covered. Now, a key point, if you run bad fuel through an engine, that is not warranty. A lot of people think that everything's warranty. 99% of failures that we see out there are all water and fuel related issues. So that's why in every Repower we install a Repower filter with a clear bolter in it, so the customer can monitor his fuel. Yeah. Okay. So he can actually have a visual on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys know that you're not running water, and that's going to actually.
Because if you don't have a Repower, he won't know he's got water in it until he gets a water and fuel alarm, and by that time it's already too late because it's already made it to the motor.
And the Repower will be plastic, guys, and you can see if there's water in there. So keep that in mind.
My recommendation is to all the customers that come here, I educate them to check their fuel filter every time they use the boat.
All right. So I just saw a couple of boats that actually, wow! Look, guys. This is how this is all day, right?
All day.
This is all day. So you're pulling from multiple warehouses, new engines and just starting to, because you just had a boat right here, but prior to us starting,
correct,
with a brand new set of engines, I was like, hey, don't move until we finish.
And if you realize, there's something very specific, we are exclusive Suzuki. You will not see. Thank you. You will not see another brand engine here unless we're pulling it off the back of a boat. Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that you're one of the largest Suzuki dealers in South Florida, or the largest?
We're one of the largest.
Okay.
Yeah. We're one of the largest in South Florida.
Okay. So I see that
another key point. We have multiple 45, 40 foot, 35 foot trailers. We make it easy for the customers. We don't send the customer to rent a trailer to bring his boat here. We have trucks, we have trailers, we pick them up, we drop them off.
Okay, so you guys will provide the service of...
We provide the service, yes.
Of having their boat trailered out of the water if it's a boat that lives on the water.
Correct. We make it easy for the customer.
That's a
Correct.
huge service.
It's a huge service because a lot of times guys that have houses in the water, they don't have a trailer, they don't have a truck to pull the boat. We make it easy for them.
Does that extend through the actual service of the boat? Like for instance, right now obviously they're going to repower, but if they wanted the same scenario to like maybe their first 100 hours, you guys facilitate that service as well?
Yes, sir. So on the services, we charge a small fee to haul the boats, which is a fraction of what they charge in a marina to haul out the boat.
Yeah.
And for the repowers, if it's one of our local marinas, Coconut Grove, Matheson Hammocks, or Black Point, we don't charge anything to haul the boat.
Okay, so you guys obviously are sponsoring the cruise that I'm doing, which is going to be a huge shit show, and you guys will be at Flibs with me when it comes to the studio, because my shed is going to be at Flibs. What would you tell somebody that's at the boat show, like, do you guys anticipate that for Flibs or Miami Boat Show that there'll be additional discounting or things right now?
So sometimes there's additional discounting at boat shows. Suzuki will double the rebate. But I mean, right now, as you can see my inventory, I'm buying inventory at better deals, so I'm automatically able to offer customers a better deal without a boat show, yeah?
Because in some cases, and I'm only speaking for manufacturers, right?
Yeah.
Some of them have slowed down. The COVID boost is starting to slow down. But realistically, it's an election year, so that's going to change as soon as that's over.
Correct.
So, okay, people are going to go ahead and make a move. How long would it take from the decision of making the purchase to installing the engine?
So depending on how busy I am, usually the most a boat will be here is 1 week to the next. So if let's say every week I bring in boats to backlog for the following week. Yeah?
Okay.
So typically what's getting done this week, we received it last week, Thursday and Friday, so it's already here. But your boats, unless we're doing like a full rewire or a lot of extra work to the boat typically is turning around in 1 week to the next.
What would you say is the biggest Suzuki selling motor for you guys?
Well, it's a combination. We sell a lot of 200s, 300s, a lot of 140s, yeah?
So those are the kind of 140, 200s, 300s?
Correct.
More or less.
Yeah, the 200, the 300, and the 140s are key point sellers for us, and then the mechanical 200 and the mechanical 250 and the single engines. Yeah?
I don't really care about shade or not like that, but you guys are strictly Suzuki. Wait for it. Okay, so you guys are strictly Suzuki. What are you seeing here come in to Repower? What's being removed? And listen, I don't have no skin in the game. I can care less. I just want to know what you guys see.
It's a combination of everything, but it's a lot of Yamaha, of Yamaha two-stroke, a lot of Mercury two-stroke. On the bigger boats like the Pursuit, it would be, let's say, twin Yamaha four-strokes.
Yeah.
That one went bad and one's still good. So the customer's got no choice but the Repower, yeah?
Yeah.
Because they're already 07, 06, 08 motors, yeah?
How many hours can someone expect to get off of one of these Suzuki engines?
So that's a great question. I mean, all depends. Because you can put, if it's in a short period of time, you can put a lot more hours than somebody in a long period of time, because corrosion does play a factor over the period, yeah? So I've seen, I mean, one of the fishermen that
Abel's
he put 8,000 hours on that 250.
He told me 75, and he removed it. He removed it.
It was still running.
And it was still running.
It was still running.
He said, I'm just removing it because
he didn't want any problems. Yeah?
Yes.
He didn't want to lose time during his season, so he said, all right, it's about 8,000 hours already, let me put a new engine, and I'll keep this one for parts just in case, because he didn't want to break down in the middle of the season. Yeah?
Of course, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the videos that I've done lobstering with Captain Abel, guys, I'll try to link it at the end of this video. Okay, so
Cito puts also between 4,000 and 6,000 hours.
Yes.
But again, an average consumer would never make it to those hours. I mean, unless you run your boat 4 or 5 hours a day.
Well, look at Fishman Joey. I mean, I asked him the other day. He's like, I already got a couple hundred hours.
Yeah. So if you're doing the hours consecutively, you can put truckload of hours on there.
Yeah. It's when you let the motor sit.
It's a time between, because in 20 years, the salt, everything plays a factor throughout the expansion of the time. Yeah. But the guys that are putting in hours every day, I mean, those motors will go 7,000, 8,000 hours. We've seen it. Yeah.
All right. So let's go inside real quick. Let's show them actually where you guys will.
So keep in mind, we also have a yard where we stock boats. We backlog boats.
So okay, so that's another thing, right? So it's important. You guys have everything closed up, like if somebody's property is here, and when I say property, I mean their boat, they're going to be closed off in these bays while you guys are working on the boat.
So anything with a nice GPS or nice size motors is locked under lock and key. We do have a yard where we park 12 boats.
Okay.
But we'll put a boat there that's came in for a repower that doesn't have a nice GPS on it, you know, or doesn't have any engines or has old engines, something that nobody's going to touch.
Okay.
But it does have 24-hour security. We've never had an issue.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's important. Look, I was actually.
But anything with new engines is stored inside under lock and key.
You guys are running.
We missed one bay. There's another bay full of repowers.
All right, let's go over there.
Yeah.
Then. All right, let's go over there real quick. Because there's going to be people. All right, so there's somebody watching this, and obviously my channel's international, and people ask me all the time, "Hey, Alfred, who do you use, and what do you like?" And you know, I like you guys obviously because you guys are super close, right? Yeah. You're close to me, so service is easy for me if I were to come out here and service anything Suzuki. Back in the days, some of the things that people were a little bit concerned about was, oh, does anybody out of the States or in the Bahamas know how to work on Suzukis because they didn't see them that much? Yeah. That's not the case anymore.
That's not the case anymore.
Now everything is Suzuki. I mean, half of the YouTubers that go to Bimini and the Bahamas and all that are all running Suzukis.
All running Suzukis.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you. As you can see, we don't do a lot of mechanical work here as far as power heads, lower units. The lower units that we're doing is because people run grounds. But I can count on these 5 fingers the amount of lower units that I've seen failed from Suzuki. Our lower units are pretty strong on the 300s and down. Yeah?
Okay, so look, you got some HPDIs here, you got some 2-strokes, all 2-strokes, right?
Correct. So these are all running engines that my wholesaler bought.
That little 85 is a freaking workhorse. You take that to the Bahamas. Yeah. You take that to the Dominican Republic. You know what? I went to the Dominican Republic, and I was on one of these, catamarans, and they had brand new 200 2-strokes.
2-strokes, yeah.
I was like, how do you guys get 200 2-strokes brand new?
Yeah. So something very, very cool that I experienced 2 years ago. I went to Thailand. I went to the Suzuki factory in Thailand.
That would be a great video.
Where they manufactured a 30 horsepower and down. Okay. And they were actually still producing the 40 horsepower 2-strokes for other parts of the world.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of people don't even know that.
They don't even know that. I didn't even know until I was in the factory. I'm like, hey, what is this? They're manufacturing a 2-stroke 40 horsepower.
When I was in the Dominican Republic, I saw the same thing. They were like, hey, because I was like, yo, they're burning the shit out of the impeller. They're like, well, that's a 2-stroke. We do that every day because they beach the boats, get the tourists off the boats, and
I just had the pleasure of coming back from Japan, where I spent a week in Japan. I visited the factory. I mean, it was
how's the
awesome.
factory? How's the Suzuki factory? Can you explain a little bit what you saw?
Yeah, the factory is huge. I can't get into big details because they don't allow any photographs or anything inside. Everything's confidential. Yeah. But I mean, the way they manufacture these motors is just incredible. The technology, the robots, the way things.
So a lot of innovation in there.
A lot of innovation. Yeah.
So you're like, that one's coming to Miami. That one's coming to Miami.
Yeah, I was able to see the process from how they make the parts to how they assemble the motors to how they package them to how they ship them, the whole process.
What was the most impressive thing that you noticed when you were at the factory over there? That you were like, wow,
The impressive part for me is how, you have the motors on a lineup and everybody's super focused. I mean, an employee cannot be distracted for a bathroom break or a water breek because
the line is moving.
He's putting the harness on the engine and that motor's moving. Yeah. So he can't take a bathroom break because he holds up the whole line. So it's not here like the U.S. that the guy takes a 20-minute toilet break on his cell phone. Over there, these guys are chopping it. They're working non-stop. Yeah. And that was in Japan. Super disciplined. Yeah.
Wow. Listen, if Suzuki is watching, let me show a walkthrough video. Wait for it. No, but listen, obviously because there's a lot of competing going on, they probably, and that's understandable. Okay, so your wholesaler will come, pick up the remainder of these.
So these engines back here, so Suzuki has what they call a 442 program, where...
What is it, 442?
442, so the number 4 and the 2. Okay. It means 4-stroke for 2-stroke is what it stands for.
Oh, okay.
So you turn in you see how this is 442?
Yeah.
These motors are getting ready to be recycled. I have a dump trailer.
Okay.
I'm actually using it on one of my...
That's something else you do.
On one of my personal construction sites. Right now, bring my dump trailer here. We'll load all the 442 motors, and we'll take them to the scrapyard. So what I usually do, I pick them up with the forklift, I drop them.
Okay.
So that nobody can pick them out or nobody can pull it from the recycling place because these motors have to be recycled.
So
we're trying to take them off the market. Yes.
So you're trying to actively get rid of them.
Correct. So the guy that works at a recycling shop doesn't take it out and put it in the back of his truck.
Yeah.
Before I load it in my dump trailer, we'll lift it up with the forklift and we'll drop it.
So what's the incentive of somebody actually doing a trade-in with their old engines?
On a 300,
okay,
the bigger, it's a percentage of the cost of the motors. On the bigger motors, it makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
But if you have a motor that's locked up or doesn't work, it makes sense either way because you're getting money, which you wouldn't have got anything.
Yeah, it's like an old phone that you're going to go ahead and they're going to use the chip from it.
But on like a 300, you'll get like $1,200 or $1,300. Yeah.
Yeah, $1,200-$1,300, which is that's enough money for them to go on the cruise that we're doing.
Yeah, correct. So this gentleman here did a 442. We took off that 300 HPDI Yamaha. We put a 300 Suzuki.
So this is what it had. Now that's going to be recycled, and then
so that motor is locked up. It doesn't run. So maybe the guy could have got $500 in parts, so he took a $1,285 credit.
I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do this for Reliable only because you guys are sponsoring this cruise, and I really like you guys personally, right? Yeah. I'm gonna pardon 3 of your customers at the boat ramp if they go ahead and hit the dock. Wait for it. How many times have you got in cowling moments? They're like, damn, Reuben, I cracked the cowl. Yeah. Do you know if Outboard was filming? Yeah. All right. So how would they get some information on Reliable or your email? How do they get more information?
So info@reliablemarineservice.com or go to Suzuki Repower Miami on Google and we pop right up. Yeah.
What's your phone number?
305-234-1960.
All right. So here's this, guys. Wait, before we get out of here, because I want to talk to Gustavo in Spanish so they can see that. So you know, but I want to talk to the Spanish speakers in the area. But I will say this: if somebody comes and buys a Suzuki over here at Reliable and says, "I got your Suzuki from Alfred," I'm going to give him a shirt and I'm going to give him a hat.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And guys, hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. Okay. Seriously. All right. A hat. They can get it from online. If it's available, it shows on my website. Luxury Rip Centers. I'll get it for you guys. Alfred Mountain making a scene as always. Let's go talk to Gustavo.
Just wait, real quick, 2 more boats before we leave.
Okay.
This is a catamaran.
Okay.
Right now, it had a 90 horsepower Mercs 2-strokes. We're going to make a decision now because the 115 or 140 Suzuki is a little wider. So we're going to make a decision whether we're going to put 90s back in the boat or we're going to offset the motors with jack plates. Customer's on his way now. We're going to come up with a game plan.
A game plan.
This is a 31 Scorpion, getting a fresh pair of 300 Suzuki.
So yes, this one was actually, right now, they were working on this one a little while ago too. I was trying to stay out of their way, but these guys.
The repowers here are non-stop. Obviously, right now, time of year, things have slowed down a little bit, but we're still cranking repowers. You know?
Well,
we have special incentives, like we're buying a lot of inventory at better pricing, so we just pass that discount off to the customer.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that once you guys get better pricing, you can get more inventory and you can make more moves.
Correct.
And better deals in events or whatever.
And the only way to crank the volume that we're cranking is to have the inventory. Because if you have to wait for an engine to show up here, the boats are just going to pile up. Customers are going to be calling. You're not going to get the job done.
And you want to be on the water when you want to be out there, right?
So as far as the 442 motors, just on that, Suzuki sends us the motor at a cheaper price. But what I do is I pull an inventory motor that costs me more money. So on that sale, I'll lose, but I'll make it up on the following sale. Yeah. Because I don't want to delay the process.
Yes.
So I will take a more expensive motor, put it on that customer's boat, and when that cheaper motor gets here, I restock with that. So we take it as far as that, so we don't hold up the repowers. Yeah?
Well, guys, you heard it here. Reliable Marine. Come get them. Wait for it.